What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is YSG Supreme. I make Destiny nostalgia content. Thanks for giving this video a view. If you enjoy the video, please hit that follow or subscribe button. Head on over to my Instagram or TikTok as well. I've got some different things going on over there. Now, real quick, I just wanted to say I hope you all had a very good Christmas and holiday season. Happy New Year. Hope you took some time off, enjoyed yourself, or had some time with your family. Also want to say thanks to all of you who have supported the channel on all my social platforms. We're like 25 followers away from 5K on TikTok, and we're growing like crazy on Instagram. Almost at 5K there too. We're at like 4,600 now. YouTube, I'm at 3,200 subscribers, give or take. And of course, I dreamed of the channel going in this direction, but I didn't think it would actually come to fruition. I didn't think there would be that many of you that actually like this content and support me. Obviously this isn't the end goal. Obviously I want to go up from here, but, main goal, monetization and stuff like that next year. So, working towards becoming that full-time content creator, so this is obviously just a step, but, I cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support and just your comments. And you guys always are so insightful and just full of, the love. And, there's not a lot of that in the world, and I'm just really surprised that we've got there with this. So thank you all. I look forward to next year. I hope that we next year is the year of our generational run, exponential growth. So anyways, main topic of the video, D1 resurgence. Bro, it is growing. It is becoming a movement. Every time I go on socials, it is like full of D1 videos. So like if I pull up TikTok right now, my For You page, it's literally just D1 nostalgia clips, big raids, big streamers completing raids, getting major drops. Even the big creators are starting to jump in on it. I think they're kind of cashing in on it because it's really big right now. But, it's been crazy, man. I think that the dislike of Renegades definitely driving this because at the end of the day, I've been thinking about this a lot. Destiny players, we're obviously a niche community, and we want to play Destiny. Destiny 2 is starting to feel less and less like that. So these players are coming back to the OG, and for the most part, seems like people are enjoying it. Now, don't get me wrong, definitely content droughts, very hard to get into consistent PvP settings and just like, if you're not playing the feature playlist, you're probably not going to get into a match. So you're kind of only playing a PvE game, as I've mentioned a couple times in my videos previously. But, towers are full. You can get into raid groups fairly easily. Nightfall Strike's super easy. I LFG'd a Nightfall last night. That's what I'm playing right now. Super easy. It took me like maybe 2-3 minutes. I just posted in the Xbox looking for group post on Destiny's page and assembled this fire team here. We knocked this out pretty quickly. But it just seems more like alive than it has in a very long time. So like when I land in the tower, I see like level 2s, level 10s, level 4s, level 16s, 25s. Like I'm not just seeing level 40s and everybody's 400 and they're just playing endgame. They haven't stopped playing. Like I'm seeing legit, like either people are restarting their characters or there's new people coming onto the game. As far as news goes, this is kind of the problem with my channel is being a nostalgia channel. I don't really have a ton of stuff to cover, right? So there's not any new developments coming out about Destiny 1. So I just have a couple things here that have happened over the past month, and that's kind of why I've been idle. So I've been pretty busy just working. I work 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Tuesday and Wednesday is really the only night I get to record, so I don't really have a ton of time to record all my videos, especially because that's the only day that I go to the gym, or if I need to do stuff while my wife's at work, then I go do that during that time. So kind of been, on a hiatus here, but back now, going to be more consistent for sure. As far as a couple things here I wanted to talk about on Destiny 1, number 1, comment down below if you were also afraid you lost your character a couple weeks ago. Roughly, it was right after the D1 server maintenance was finished, so I logged into my account like 5 to 6 times, and it kept trying to have me pick a class. Like I'd never played the game before. So that was pretty scary. I was really worried there that all my stuff was lost. I wasn't the only one too. So Destiny Bulletin, a pretty big page on all the socials, posted that some players are losing their accounts. And, thankfully the next day it was fixed and all my stuff was restored. So a little bit of a false alarm there. My Warlock is like a relic from my past, so I've got like armor and weapons you can't get anymore from Iron Banner and Trials and stuff like that. So if that stuff was actually gone, I would have been pretty bummed. Also, Xur, the OG alien plug in his exotic inventory, has not left the reef in like a month, so he still makes his rounds. So he shows up on Friday, leaves, early Sunday, but he's been at the reef for like 5 weeks in a row. So I'm not sure what's going on there. His inventory's changing. He's not selling the same stuff, so he's not like bugged or something, but I don't know if it is a bug or, hopefully it's not a sign of stuff to come, because that would kind of suck, but kind of weird there. So we'll see if Xur is back on the reef on Friday or if he finally makes his way somewhere else. Now, as far as why Destiny 1 is having a resurgence and D2 is in decline, I think there are really a number of reasons as to why this is happening. I listed a lot of them, such as monetization and simplicity of the game, in my last video. If you're interested and haven't watched it yet, please go give that a look. But I talk about those things, but there's a couple things that I didn't mention in that video that I've really thought of since then, and that is kind of starting with the mystery of the game. So at this point in time, the Darkness Saga, it's complete now in D2, but in D1, everything seemed so new. It was all fresh, right? Like we didn't know who the Witness was. We didn't know, about like Savathun or any of the Hive bosses. We didn't know about the Scorn. We didn't really know about anything. And, so it was just like fresh. And I get it over time, even like games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, like they just lose their freshness over time, right? Like you get used to the same thing and it almost gets boring, right? And that's why people leave. Another thing I did want to talk about though, no darkness subclasses in D1, obviously. So we didn't have Stasis or, any of those darkness subclasses. I forget the other two now because, I have not played D2 in a very long time. So if you don't know, what I'm about, I just played D1. So I played a little bit of D2, like when Forsaken came out, and when the game originally dropped way back in the day, but I have not touched the game consistently since then. So, kind of a shot in the dark there as far as that goes. Played it enough to know I don't like it. So before I get the comments, you haven't even tried it. I've tried it. I don't like it. It's not for me. It's never been for me. Never liked D2. So not a hater or anything like that. It's just not for me. But, no darkness subclasses. And the subclasses in D1, I do think were actually better. So like a Defender Titan, Sunsinger Warlock, Blade Dancer Hunter, I think those were all better subclasses than their replacements or nerfs. I call them nerfs in D2. So like a Well of Radiance is okay, but I don't think anything beats like a self-res. I don't know. It's different. It feels like it's built for something else in D2 as opposed to like D1. Felt like I could solo anything if I was a self-res Warlock, and that's probably why they took it out. But I don't know. It just seems like it's just kind of nerfed or dumbed down in D2, and I don't really like that. Also, there's not as many like annoying enemies in D1. So we just had the Taken and obviously the Taken King on the Dreadnought. And they come kind of everywhere over time. But this is and this is super nitpicky, I get it, but I feel like lost its uniqueness per destination. Like D2 is like everything shows up. Like in D1, when Mars, for example, when Mars was actually a destination you could go to, had the Cabal, had the Vex, and then sometimes the Taken would show up. The Moon obviously was just the Hive. Cosmodrome was the Hive and the Fallen. Venus was strictly the Vex and some Taken over time. But in D2, it just seems like I'm fighting the same enemy with a different background. So like every strike I play, I'm fighting like Taken or Scorn, and I just it doesn't do it for me. Like it feels, like I said, it feels super repetitive. It feels like I'm fighting the same enemies. And I just don't like any of the Taken 2. Like, they're all just super annoying, bro. Like, the Hobgoblins, the Captains, the Phalanxes. Like, they're all just, super annoying people to fight. And it's just I don't know, man. Give me some OG Centurions, some Minotaurs, Captains, stuff like that. Like, that's easier, yes, but it's also just more unique. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that there. Last thing I'm going to talk about as far as the D1, D2 difference, why personally I prefer it. I don't know if this is, the same way for you guys, but like the letdown of all the characters in D1, bringing them into life and bringing them into D2, like I was disappointed by literally every single one of them. My most two obviously were going to be Osiris and Saint 14. So like I saw the helmet of Saint 14. I heard the legends in D1, like Osiris, you know, going rogue and like going ghost and solo and just like destroying everything. You know, you had the helmet of Saint 14. It looked like a Spartan helmet. You know, Brother Vance with Osiris. Like it was like, the letdown was real, man. Like I expected a badass Spartan Saint 14, maybe some kind of like Halo-ish style. Like he almost looks like a, you know, he's a Spartan who looks kind of like a Halo Spartan with armor on. And he turned out to be like a gay teddy bear. And yeah, I mean, I get it. It happens. And I'm not trying to be like, you know, super un-PC or like unwoke or anything, but it just gave me such a bad vibe, bro. And I'm not trying to sound like a snowflake, but it's like, this guy is supposed to be the guy that saves the galaxy. I'm picturing like some big Rambo, you know, some like big KGB Russian guy, don't take no shit, and he ends up taking it. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's weird, bro. I don't like it. Same with Osiris. Osiris, I pictured quite literally to be like the Egyptian god Osiris. Not a douchebag know-it-all with an annoying-ass voice, you know what I mean? Like, on this quest to find love, and like, I don't know, bro. I just don't like it. The development of Aldrin, his redemption was meant to me. That's like the most unlikable character in the game. Nobody liked him. He ends up killing Cade. So they're like, oh, let's redeem him. Like, that's probably the last person I would pick, and that's probably why they did it. But I just don't like it. I don't like Morozov, you know, girl boss, not my thing. Ikora after Cade's death, and like Zavala. I like Zavala, you know, may his voice actor rest in peace. But like, Zavala is like the only tolerable guy or person in the entire tower or of our list of characters that I actually like don't mind. And so for me, it's like, I like these characters before I knew who they were or who they came at, like who they became. And like I said, it's probably super nitpicky, bro, but it's just one of those things that just sticks with me, and I just cannot get it out of my brain. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot that D2 got right. Okay, I have to give credit where credit is due. There's some things D2 got right. But to the average guy my age who grew up playing the game, we were abandoned. Okay, I'm figuring most of you guys who played Destiny 1, or girls, the very few select of you, you're now probably in your mid to late 20s, maybe early 30s. So you played this game, chances are, end of middle school, high school, college. You probably grew up playing Halo at some point. That's kind of the feel that we want, right? So I don't want the current product because it wasn't designed for people like you and me. In fact, I really don't know who it was made for. I feel like it was made for some kind of player base that is a small fraction of the total community that, you know, like Renegades is literally just a money grab because it's Star Wars. Like, oh, what do middle-aged white guys like? They like Star Wars. Let's make it that. And it's just like, dude, they're trying to like pull off a Fortnite and just like totally go away from their game model, replace it with a cheap knockoff. See, I'm not for that. And this year, 2025, it was a weird year for me. Okay, I'll be totally real. But this is the actual first year that I did not buy into the yearly model for a couple games. So, you know, Call of Duty, I did not buy BO7. The NHL franchise, I'm an NHL guy. Didn't buy NHL 26 for the first time since NHL 14 because the products to me are just not good. I can't support those companies, man. I'm done. I'm done wasting my money for a company who does not give a rat's ass about me or you. So, you know, I hope you guys kind of follow that model too. That's kind of my mantra going into 2026 is like, don't take any BS. Like, if something is wrong, say it's wrong. If you don't want to pay this, don't pay it. Right? So, talk with your wallet, man. Money talks more than any protest or voice or anything like that. Like, if you literally say, I'm not paying for this, they're going to have no choice. They're either going to make a better product or they're going to go under. And I don't want Bungie to go under because I want another Destiny game because I'm greedy. But we have got to get point across that, dude, this is not okay. Okay, we cannot keep doing this. We need changes. Anyways, on to the last thing I want to talk about today, guys. I just want to say when it comes to my channel, I appreciate the stories that you guys share in the comments or in my DMs. I've heard so many stories on here listening to your Destiny memories, your good times, recollections, and that's really why I did this. So, obviously I wanted to have a side hustle, and this was a game that just had such a large place in my heart, a large chunk of my childhood, even my life today. And I just have so many good memories, and I just get so overcome with nostalgia. And that's what I wanted to give you guys, even if it's just for a second, to think about a different, maybe better or less stressful time in your life when you were playing this game. For me, it was my high school game. So it literally came out when I was a freshman, and I played it until I was a senior. I played with all my football teammates, and it got me through kind of a difficult upbringing. My house wasn't always the best place to be. So I just kind of put my headphones on, or my headset on, hook up with my friends on Xbox, and then we would do a raid, and it would just knock out like the whole night, and the fight would be over. That was going on downstairs or stuff like that. So, I could just check out. And that's what this, what it means to me. It's kind of just monumental. And I hope that you guys can all relate. Please keep sharing these stories. One of the most gut-wrenching stories, or some of the ones that I hear, is like people who played with their dad or their friends who they lost, right? So they're not with us anymore. And they just I cherish the memories. We completed Atheon, or we finally beat this Nightfall. We kept dying, and we finally got it done. And it was just bro, that is lifelong memories that you're making on a video game. But I appreciate you sharing that with me, because like I said, that's why I did it, man. I did it to feel like humanity. You know what I mean? Nostalgia is so powerful because it is an emotion that's unlike any other, man. You can get sick from nostalgia. You can think of good times and you can long for it back so much, but it'll never be there. And so for me, and I'm sure for others of you, it's just you're stuck in almost like a time loop where it's I've been here for, it's been 10 years since I played this game every single day, where I was playing with my friends. But it's dude, I still remember literally everything. I could go do this. I can go do lamps right now on Crota with my eyes closed. I could go kill Atheon. I could tell you if it's portals open to Mars or Venus. I can do all of that, bro. And that's what this game gives us. So, yeah, man, that's going to do it for me here in this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'm going to be more consistent. Like I said, I'm going to be putting out a video on Icebreaker, why it was broken. So kind of like the Gallahorn video that I put out about a year ago, because I've been lacking. That was why was the Gallahorn so broken? If you haven't watched that, go ahead and take a look at that video. But the Icebreaker one will be making its way out here, hopefully in the next week or so. But I will let you guys know. Follow for more Destiny nostalgia content. Hit me up, social media, Instagram, TikTok, YSG Supreme, and I will see you guys all in the next upload.